851. Go ahead and disregard the chase. We got him at San Jacinto and Pacific. Out there. Out there.
The biggest robberies in history. Thefts happen all the time, some are of considerable value and others not so much. But sometimes, these thefts are so massive that they go down in history. With that, find out what were the 10 biggest bank robberies that ever happened in the world. The details are shocking. Not all of them are banks, but still the amount of money that was stolen is unbelievable. Our list starts with the legendary Pay Train robbery, England. In 1963, a gang decided to rob a train carrying bank deposits from Scotland to London. The mastermind of the plan was Bruce Reynolds, famous jewel thief from the United Kingdom. In a group of 15, the robbers reached the Bridego Bridge, where the locomotive was passing, and sabotaged the telephone wires in the area, changing the color of the flags at a crossroads. This forced the train to stop, allowing the bandits to act. The group took an amount currently estimated at £40 million, which is equivalent to almost $49 million. Only 5 members of the gang managed to escape, and the others ended up in jail due to the traces that were left on a farm that served as a hiding place after the theft. Interestingly, one of those involved, Ronald Biggs, took refuge in Brazil after escaping from prison and lived in that country for over 30 years. If you think this heist is incredible, just wait and see what's next. Our 9th place goes to the robbery of the Central Bank of Brazil. On the 6th and 7th of August, 2005, thieves committed an ingenious robbery at the Central Bank of Brazil, located in the city of Fortaleza, in the state of Ceará. As the robbery took place on a weekend, while the bank was closed, the crime was only discovered at the start of business on Monday, August 8th. Through a tunnel 80 meters long, the thieves broke into the institution's vault. The excavation took about 3 months. According to the federal police, approximately 164 million reais in Brazilian currency were stolen, which at the time was equivalent to approximately $75 million. The notes all piled up would reach a height of almost 33 meters and give a weight of 3.5 tons. Of the 36 people who were charged, 27 were arrested. Much of the money was never recovered. Eighth place, Post Office, Switzerland. On September 1, 1997, using a vehicle similar to that of the post office, 5 armed thieves broke into the establishment in Zurich, and made off with several pouches containing a huge amount of money, totaling 53 million Swiss francs. In 1999, Swiss police arrested 7 men accused of participating in the robbery. Seventh place, Harry Winston Jewelry. In the year 2008, 4 armed men with their identities covered up broke into a jewelry store in Paris called Harry Winston. After all the employees and customers were relieved, the bandits proceeded to steal as much jewelry as they could. The operation lasted about 20 minutes, and they managed to take an estimated value of $60 million. Sixth place, theft of the Antwerp diamonds. This was the biggest diamond heist in history. In 2003, in the Belgian city of Antwerp, 5 Italians entered the World Diamond Center and stole several jewels. As this is one of the safest buildings in the world, the 4 men pretended to be jewelers and rented an office inside the building, after having masterminded the robbery plan for over 2 years. After settling inside the building, the 5 men were able to access 109 of the 189 vaults, stealing an estimated $108 million worth of diamonds and other valuables. The theft was accomplished without the bandits using any violence and without tripping over a single alarm. While it was a perfect crime, the escape was not. The 5 Italian assailants were caught after police tracked down rubbish left by the gang on a plot of land near the city. The group was arrested under the leadership of Leonardo Notarbartolo, a member of a criminal organization known as the Turin School. Despite the arrest, the group never revealed where the stolen diamonds are hidden. We come to number 5 on our list with even more unbelievable heists, so daring they seem to have come straight out of an action movie. Fifth place goes to Knightsbridge bank robbery. This was one of the biggest robberies in the history of London and the United Kingdom. In 1987, 2 armed robbers entered the Knightsbridge bank and surrendered all the employees, and to prevent anyone from entering the bank, the 2 put up a sign that said "closed" on the outside. Afterwards, the thieves proceeded to a part of the bank that contained large amounts of jewelry, valuable documents, and cash, estimated to be worth $112.9 million. After an investigation was launched, upon analyzing fingerprints, it was discovered that the man who had organized the crime was the Italian Valerio Vicii, who had escaped from his prison from Italy to England, and was famous for having committed more than 50 different crimes. Fourth place, the robbery at the Kin jewelry store. This crime was committed by a single man who has never been found. In 2013, a man with his face covered by a mask entered a jewelry exhibition in the city of Caen, in the south of France, surrendered all the people who were in the exhibition and took 72 pieces that were exposed, taking a total of $128 million. To this day, the stolen jewels have never been found, nor has the person responsible for the crime been found. We reached the top 3 with the most insane, bizarre, and unbelievable robberies in history. Third place goes to the theft of the Boston Museum, United States. In 1990, 2 thugs disguised as police officers managed to gain entry to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. After they entered, the 2 approached the guards of the museum claiming that they had received a complaint of disturbance of order in the place. After having the guards tricked, the bandits surrendered them and entered the museum to steal some of the most valuable works of art in the world. The robbery lasted about 80 minutes, 1 hour and 20 minutes, and the total amount of money that the 2 criminals were able to make with it was about $500 million. Although the 2 criminals were identified, they were never caught, and the stolen artwork remains missing to this day. Second place for the biggest theft in history, we have the online platform Poly Network. In what can be considered as the biggest digital bank robbery, an unknown hacker had entered the Poly Network platform, which stored cryptocurrencies, and managed to withdraw a total of $600 million. The hacker managed to carry out the theft thanks to a flaw in the platform's security, and even if the site managed to recover part of the lost money, it would still never fully recover from the damage. We reached number 1 on our list, with the assault on the Green Vault Museum. Even if it is not a bank robbery, but a museum robbery, it still remains practically the biggest robbery ever committed in the world. In 2019, in the city of Dresden, Germany, a group of robbers had invaded the Green Vault Museum, and in order not to set off the building's alarm, they had set fire to a nearby bridge, causing the region's power system to fail and preventing the fire alarm from going off. In all, 111 valuable objects were stolen, with several of them being encrusted with diamonds and other precious stones, and the total value of the robbery is estimated at €1 billion, which is about $1.6 billion. The identity of those responsible for the theft has not yet been discovered. These were the 10 biggest robberies in world history. It is worth remembering that many quoted values are estimates and may vary from source to source. Furthermore, some of these thefts are still being investigated. In some cases, the culprits have already been arrested, while others remain unsolved to this day.